Hey, what's up, everybody? GCACW, the Battle of Gettysburg, Scenario 5, basic scenario out of Roads to Gettysburg 2. And we are here to give the day one. July 1 is complete. And it's looking very good for the Confederates at the moment. As you know, I wrote some orders for people. And let's look at the grade right now. Let's just look at the good. We'll discuss the bad later. Where's my little pointer? Pointy pointer stick. Okay, well, that's great. Okay. Well, Heath is to go south and approach Gettysburg from the south. I did. They took it. A+. They did take Gettysburg. So they're right here. Gettysburg is taken. I'll zoom in here in just a minute. I guess I can zoom in now because that was the primary target there. So, and then I can point out the status of the troops here in just a moment. Okay. So there's Hill and Heath. Good job, team. A+. Hill attacked Buford. They did. Buford dispersed. We lost Gamble. Buford's up here. And, they're in here. Ewell hit the north to Gettysburg and blocked the east. A. There he is, right there. Jones, Cav, harass rear. Back mountain. Well, they're here. I hope you can't see them. Let me zoom out. They're down here. I didn't really give them a grade. That was tough to do. I didn't get much movement there. There was a little bit of fighting between some Union Cav. They actually disorganized and fatigued out, so they're going to be a little bit delayed there. That's a problem. I did not really give Stewart. I just kind of was going to do their order. I didn't give them but they basically fulfilled what they were supposed to do. So basically they had to get into this county with all three units, Cumberland, and get someone within 2 hexes of a city, Carlisle in this case. They made it. I stopped moving them. They hit fatigue 3. I want them to rest. They are all exhausted, so it's going to be tougher for them. So I kind of want to rest them, and then they're going to, come on down and get engaged. So that's good. They're going to get it here a day earlier than planned, so that's good for them. There's 2 Confederate units here that now are going to be released on day 2. That's normal. Johnson's here. All right. So anyway, they did really well. They're holding Gettysburg right now, and that's good for them. So Union, Buford, stand until relieve. Move north. Well, they did move north. I gave them an F. Maybe I should give them a D- because they moved north. Reynolds, relieve Buford and reinforce Gettysburg. Well, they reinforced. I gave them a D. They're here. They are surrounding Pender. So Howard, intercept flank attack. B. I gave him a B. Howard is here. So now this is an interesting little situation happening over here in the west. So they guys, they had to come up into the mountains here, which is a big deal. And they intercepted Law. 2 separate piecemeal attacks, prepared attacks, big deal. They all fatigued out, lost 2 steps, gave the Confederates more points. Good job. This is what happened when Jeff and I were playing. We kept, every time we'd attack with the Union, we just gave the Confederates points. It's like, oh, all right, got to stop doing that. I think the thing is to an assault. So that's kind of cool. I'm kind of blocking it off. I gave them a B for that. A, Sickles, cover south side of Gettysburg. Well, they're hoping to cover it before they get out there, but I think the Confederates got 80% of the initiative, and I do not think I'm exaggerating. I really feel like I want to track it next time. So they're all up in this stack, so I got a stack of Sickles. I'm not sure that's the best way to do it. I probably want to have them in 2 stacks. So Sickles actually got the best grade. They split up the artillery into different things. Artillery is going to be a pain. I don't get artillery in this game is crazy too. Kilpatrick, intercept and engage Ewell. I had to change. So who was that? That was Kilpatrick. He is up here. Ewell's already there, so I'm moving him up north. And I'm thinking about bringing him in over around this side. I'm going to bring him around over here. Maybe block them out. I'm hoping to get more movement. Maybe keep Lee from. I'm not sure what I'm going to block him here. I don't know what Lee's going to do, and I haven't really thought that through, honestly, even as a Confederate. Slocum block north of Gettysburg. They're all kind of on their way. So the rest of them kind of got A's, B's, whatever. They're moving up. They're exhausted, so I really wanted to give them some rest. Got a couple cav. Oh, doggone it. Sorry about that. Can't see. Most of the units over here, they're exhausted. I moved them a couple times. Got some Confederate cav. I was able to skirt around them. I just kept this stack here because I did not want to move them and risk. The Confederates don't get points if you lose any manpower for any marching or anything. That's kind of hard to do. I just don't want to get people to get disorganized. I want them to be rested up to really counterattack. I really need them strong on that third day. They need to get them out, because right now the Confederates are up 12 points. It's still a victory for the Union, but I mean, if I can get some Union dudes in here, they'll only get 6 points. And that's why I'm only giving them 12 right now, because they have guys right adjacent to Gettysburg. So the Union's doing a good job of keeping them, but these are big units in here. And the question is, yeah, let's get to that later. So, all right, so that's where we stand right now. Some points. 80% initiative on the Rebs. I think it was very, very high. That's why they were able to just basically get in there. I kind of wondered if that would happen, because it seems like the Rebs get it a lot. I mean, it's a 50, well, no, it's more than 50 chance because they get a +1. I got to figure out how not to lose Union steps, i.e. how to use Union forces still. But that's something I don't, Jeff's on the Facebook Messenger behind me here. He can hear me. Actually, did I mute him? Did I mute Jeff? I thought I unmuted him. No. Oh, there he is. Okay, I can hear you again. Union, it's tough to attack with the Union, even this late in the war. Proper use of cav, I would say in this phase of post-Mason movement. I do have a lot of movement here, so I'm guessing Stuart really needs to get over here to block these guys out, because these guys are kind of here, so maybe block these guys out. I think that's what I'm going to definitely do. I'm going to bring Stuart from up north, try to block these guys out. But how do you use cav at this post kind of combat thing? What's their role? And how do you use Stuart? Yeah, okay. Now, I do want to show you, as you know, Jeff and I both at Gettysburg, and kind of by default Andrew or McMurray, he can borrow this anytime he wants. But not now, because we're using it here too. The Gettysburg Campaign Atlas. It's a 250-page tome. So this is the picture after day one. So here's the map, picture after day one. And what's so great to get all, and now if I wanted to, I could go to they zoom in on all these places. That's what's so amazing about this book. But I thought this is perfect for me. But see this map here? This here is represented on this map here by this. Here, I'm going to actually change something here so Jeff can see. Well, if he's able to watch, I don't know. Maybe loosen up my camera too much, it might rotate around. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Whoa. I'll zoom in here. This little square here, that's the same as this map. So I zoom in even more. Whoa. All right, so there, I'm not going to get an exact top-down view that I want to get, and kind of be careful there. So now I'm going to superimpose on this screen here this situation. In fact, I'll probably go shoot a vid right above it. In fact, let's take this off. Gotta make sure I don't shut it off. Oh, we're already at 10 minutes. Wow. Okay, fantastic. So I'm going to zoom out. So I'm going to get this map, and I'm going to zoom in here and take a look at this as it is. And now here's the map that I drew on. Hey, I just want to talk about this map real quick. Sorry for my chicken scratch handwriting, but that's the way it is. So you can see the red are all the Confederates. Then the red is written where they are.
Right now in the game, you can see Heath and Hill on the left, Pender circled, so that's where they are in this book. So Heath and Hill and Pender are kind of, you can see the arrows pointing to where they are. Pender's up north, Hill and Heath are to the right. Early's way over there. Early, you see on the top right or push down, and so yeah, you can see that they're up top and they're further down. So now let's scroll down. He's way off to the west side of the map. Early and Ewell are down. You can see where they're placed. And now let's kind of look at primarily the Union positions. And so all these northern guys are pretty much up north. You can see Meade way down south. They're all the way to the west of, and I'll zoom in there in just a minute or go up there. They're way on the west and north side. So, and Sickles and all these guys are up north. Sykes is up north, or not north, but south of Gettysburg, but north for where they are in this map. So their positions are quite different. And you can see where they are. You saw it on the map. So that's the position based on that great book, Gettysburg Campaign Atlas. It's really fun to kind of look at that and see where they were and see the differences in real life. All right.
Okay, so that is the report after day one. I'm going to have to do a completely separate kind of think through day two for both sides. I'll do a separate day two plan. And that is day one, Battle for Gettysburg, GCACW. Wardrobe out.